Just go. Hello, we're live. Hello, everyone. And we've got a great show planned. I'm sorry I haven't been live for a while, but you know,
Hi,
life
everyone.
happens. Get all this. Um, hmm. You all tell me if this is gonna show up. Is this showing up?
It is showing up. You are good.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so I don't have much to show, but we'll get to Flickr in a second here.
Oh, we have a
View.
lot to show.
Yes, Sandy found this residue and showed it to me, so I wanted. You got this from a movie or something?
uh,
It's
oh God,
residue of the.
it's Oh God,
Oh,
You
okay.
Devil, which is a
Yeah,
movie.
residue of the upside
Mhm.
down rainbow. It's how I remember it like this. Okay, and then. All right, so this is the electric company, as you can see. I don't remember the background. This I don't remember this circle, this half a circle thing. What is that? I don't remember this being arrow that. I know I used to watch this show a lot when I was young, and this whole. I'm sorry I didn't get a whole picture of it, but I just got that much of it just below. This whole thing is all wrong, like, to me. Um, I can't really pinpoint anything else. It just looks wrong. So
I
I'll
see. I'm
show
trying
that.
to see it. I'm looking
Oh,
on the little screen at the moment, so it's really hard for me to
uh,
see.
all
It
right. Well, there it
Yeah, from
is.
what I can see, it does look. It believe it or not, it looks too straight. I remember the
Mm,
electric company being a little more stylized than that.
yeah, something. Yeah, movement. It's just different. Yeah, it's the pattern, the style, everything's different. So
I agree.
yeah, I remember that. And then this. Okay, this is strange. The Pinterest, the S and the T, as you can see, that's crazy. I don't know if this is all changed for you already. Everyone may have know this one, but it's changed definitely for me with that.
That's a change for me.
Yeah, I just noticed this not too long ago, and this looks like residue or close to it of the lining up of it, North and South America, but um, more residue of the rainbow, purple on top, red on bottom.
Hey, Curiouser,
Uh huh.
I am in an. I'm actually babysitting Joey's little sister today. I will be right back. I'm muting. I will be right back.
Sure. Okay, and this is weird because, as you can see, there's now tornadoes in snow-capped mountains. It's really bizarre because there's not. This is a place where there's no tornadoes usually. You know, there's not. It's not a place that you ever hear of tornadoes. So now it looks like there's a tornado in the Rockies of Montana, and now that's unheard of. So some comments. Um, I live in Colorado and have never heard of a tornado on the mountains. Yeah, exactly. So this one's saying, God, is God controlling the weather or HARP? Pick one. So yeah, this is very bizarre that happened. Um, this is um, credit goes to Kimmy Brownfield. Says her husband just found this today. and it's just the name of William Shakespeare, which is now spelled. Look at that, Jeff. It's Shakespeare without an E.
Yeah, I
I
saw
don't
this.
remember that.
We showed this on Brian's show.
Yeah, and I don't remember the E on the end there. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
there were all
E was
different
never
ways
here,
of
and there was
spelling it.
an E here. Yeah, okay. I guess this is not something I've heard of, different ways of spelling it, but of course there's a man excuse, so that it was spelled like this before, but I don't believe it. No. All right, more residue for the upside down rainbow. All right, that's all. Let's go to Flickr. All right, I'm getting there. All right, so Sandy's not here, so I'll just pick one. All right. Yeah, we got a lot to show you. Um, okay. Well, this looks. All right, we'll go back to that in a sec. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, I'm done running. I'm sorry. I'm here.
Hey, Sandy, did we show the Flintstones one from Jeff?
I don't think we did, Jeff.
No.
What?
Your Flintstones one that I screwed up that you have to explain because I misunderstood. Did we show that one here?
I don't know.
Remember the Flintstones one? I don't think we did. Wait, hold on.
Fred's boss, Barney's boss.
Wasn't Barney's boss. We
That's what
never
I'm
really
saying.
found out where Barney worked in the original series.
And that's what I'm trying to say. That you'd have to explain it because it's not correct. The folder is not correct. Because I misunderstood you when I put it together.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I'm going. All right, so we'll go ahead and show this. All right, so here we go. Do you want to read, Jeff? Since it's yours.
Yeah, Jeff has to because he's got to
Okay.
explain the wrong parts.
All right. Credit Jeff Zanzibar. Meet the Flintstones. There's something weird happening with a Flintstones character that Jeff wants to ask you about. What is the name or names you remember for Fred and Barney's boss at the rock quarry? Actually, just Fred's boss. Barney never worked with him in the original series.
Guys, I'm still uploading, so I need you guys to look at the chat. I'm sorry. And hi, everyone in the chat. I can't see you yet. I'll be there very shortly.
Okay.
Jeff, can you see the chat?
Yeah, no answers yet.
Okay.
Preliminal says I can't remember offhand. The one on the far left I recognize. So the second question is, which of these characters do you remember being their boss? For me, it's 2 out of 3. Now he says Mr. Slate, preliminal.
I have to say 1 and 3.
Go Kart Bob says Mr. Slate. Mandanimal says I can only think of Mr. Spacely. That's the Jetsons. And that Mandanimal says 2. Interesting. All right, we can go on.
Oh. Yeah, Mr. Slate.
We remember their boss only ever being Mr. Slate, and as for which character was their boss, the answer is all of them.
Wow. Oh.
This is the Mr. Slate we remember, the one that was in the majority of the episodes.
And this is where you have to start ad-libbing.
Yeah. So the one that was on the far right, the short one, that had the little hair on the sides, I remember him in the first season. Then later on, they switched to this guy. But there's more.
Oh.
But for a few episodes in the second season, this was Mr. Slate. In my opinion, he looks like a knockoff version of the later Mr. Slate. And I don't remember seeing this one ever.
No, I don't remember that one. No. Wow.
And the chat doesn't either.
Oh.
But we have no memory of this character, do you? Well, I do, in the first season. This is Fred's boss in the comic strip in the first season of the Flintstones series. His name was Mr. J.J. Granite. Actually, no. The one who became Mr. Slate later on was called J.J. Granite in an episode in the first season. And that confused me because I'd never seen him before as anybody else but Mr. Slate. So that's a change for me.
And it's a different change for me because I don't remember him at all.
Right. Now, his name was Mr. J.J. Granite, also known as Mr. Granite and Mr. Rockhead. He reminds us of a bedrock version of Mr. Spacely on the Jetsons. Yes, definitely.
Oh, wow, there's a real company. Hmm.
Yep. Strangely, there's a company today with the exact same name. Just thought it was odd, so we are sharing.
That is something.
You okay, Curiouser?
All right.
Do you remember 3 different bosses, one named Mr. Granite? This is all new for us, but we are curious what you remember.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm here. I'm done uploading. So you might have to refresh to see the last folder, but it's there. So in the chat, wow, good to see everyone. We have Preliminal. Teresa's here.
Hey.
She's asking if we can show residue from her group. Teresa, send it to me really quick if you're still here. I can throw it in the residue folder that we'll be showing later. Let's see. RT909. Ryogamine's here. Go-Kart Bob. Mandanimal. Joe Bloor. Good to see you again.
This one looks interesting, huh?
It is.
I guess I can read. Credit is to Karen Maloney. Karen just learned of a stone that has always been in her state, and it's mine as well, but I've never heard of these either. Have you ever heard of pudding stone? No. No. Also called pudding stone or plum pudding stone. It's a conglomerate of smooth pebbles, some broken in half, that are brightly colored and stand out against the sand or cement mixture that holds them together. Uh-huh. Hmm. Pudding stones are found all over the world and sometimes even have their own names like jasper, conglomerate, pudding stone found in Ontario, Canada, and northern states of the USA. Unlike man-made pathways and streets that can look exactly like pudding stone, actual pudding stone occurs naturally and with some distinctly different colors and sediments depending on the location. Here are some man-made walkways and roads that mimic pudding stone for comparison. Yeah, you know those. Alright, do recall stones like this occurring naturally. Have you ever heard of this stone before? Because if you haven't, there is a great chance you have one native in your area in this reality. Or, excuse me, one native to your area in this reality. Oh.
What is that like horn sound? I keep hearing like a blowhorn. That's so strange.
I don't hear it. Huh. No, I have never heard of these. It's crazy. And I always like stones, so 7.
I just want to say, RT909 says, I watch a YouTube channel called Michigan Rocks, and the guy is always finding pudding stones. Karen is born and raised in Michigan, and she's never seen them before. And she stays in national parks every year. She's never seen them before, never heard of them. So in her reality, they never existed.
All right.
I know, right? It's crazy. But that's the thing. We're in different realities, and I just don't get it. Preliminal says, I heard it like a seaboat horn. I think it might be the fan of Curiouser's computer. I think we've heard it before, and I think that's what it was.
You think it's a fan?
Yeah, I think it might be I think it was Teresa's computer that was doing it before, and it was the fan.
Yeah, it was hers. Yeah.
Yeah. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Alright. And Sandy's turn to read. She'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm going to need somebody else to read. I have a little fire going on. Little fire. It's nothing bad, but I need somebody else to
Oh,
read.
alright. Okay, I have a couple of questions to ask about a comment that I remember clearly, but everyone else I've asked seems to have no memory of it at all. Okay, in 1994, a comet which was televised and talked about in the news for some more than a year crashed into Jupiter. Yeah, I remember that, but vaguely, but yeah, I remember. Question one, I have to ask because I seem to be the only person who remembers it. Do you remember this happening? If you remember this comment, what is the exact name you remember? I'm giving a hint to jog memories, and because, again, no one remembers it that I asked, Comet Shoemaker,
Levy.
Shoemaker slash something.
I remember Levy.
Oh, Shoemaker Levy. Okay.
Yeah, that's the blank that I remember. Most people didn't know this. That's why I'm just saying what I remember.
Yeah. The comment was Shoemaker Levy in my past, nothing more. They repeated the name over and over in the news, and we even discussed it in class, but it's always been Shoemaker Levy. 9. There was never a number in my past. You remember this comment, you know it broke up into many pieces, and no, it was 20 pieces, not 9, so it doesn't explain the 9 in the comet name. It's 9 because it's the 9th periodic comet, but no other periodic comets have a number after them.
Yeah, like why isn't it Halley's Comet
Yeah.
2? Or Halley's
Uh-huh.
Comet 1? I don't know which one is first or second, but
I also remember learning that the comet had broken into pieces, but now the comet broke into pieces a full year before it was discovered. Does anyone remember this?
so I remember seeing news reports that the comet had broken into pieces, and now it was already broken when we heard of it.
Huh.
Yep, there's the foghorn again. It's definitely somebody's fan.
Alright.
And Daniel says, yes, I remember it with no number. That wouldn't make any sense. I agree. Wait, can you look at that one picture right there? The one you're on, the big picture of the planet? I need to ask you guys a question. Now I know a lot of you don't believe in the planets at all. You don't believe in the solar system. Fine. I'm asking you what you were taught in school. I was taught that Jupiter was a gas planet, all gas. Why does it look like something landed? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if it's all gas, why did it leave a mark?
Or I don't know.
Do you understand? Like what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say here?
Yes. It wouldn't. It would just go into the gas.
Yeah, just go into the gas, right? I don't know. Artsy says yes. Hey, Noise Guru. Welcome, Jason Maggard. Jason has a nice comment for you, Curiouser.
Uh-huh.
Jason Maggard, a Modern Money Method, says, "Hi, Curiouser, you kept me sane for years."
Oh, hi. Welcome. Thank you.
Yes, welcome to the
Welcome.
chat.
Yes.
And Animal says, yes, we were also taught it was gas. And RT99, when she said yes, she had this little smoke face. It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, Noise Guru, the center would be the core. There is a core. But I was taught that the planet was mostly gas. And then there was like a little core in the center. We wouldn't see that almost at the surface level. That's what I'm saying. Jesus Saves Us All
Alrighty.
says you were hearing a trumpet in the sky. Okay, warning. I need to warn everyone, if you have a problem with eyes, touching eyes, contact lenses, don't look, but I need you to listen. Because this is important, especially if you haven't seen this one yet. Everyone needs to hear this. I may make a short of this one because it's that important. Everyone needs to know this. Some images may be disturbing. If you have problems seeing eye health issues, please look away, but also please continue to listen. We can go on now. This might be a Mandela effect because I've never heard of this despite wearing contacts for 30 years. Not from articles, news reports, or even a single eye doctor. If you wear contacts, your doctor probably told you that you aren't supposed to sleep in them. But is there anything else you were told not to do while wearing them? So that's the question for the chat. Is there anything else eye doctors tell you not to do while wearing contacts? And if you saw this before, just answer what you answered originally. Oh, that's so cute. Jesus Saves All says swimming. Yes, because they could float away. Don't cry, says Ryugamine. Swimming, jumping, climbing, says Noise Guru. Are you guys guessing? Curiouser, Jeff? You guys
Don't
remember
know.
being told anything?
No.
No.
Okay. All right, we can go on. I hate the delay. In my past, it was just sleep. I wouldn't wear them swimming because they would literally just float away if I forgot and opened my eyes. And that's expensive to just let them float away. But that's not the issue. Yes, don't use water to clean. That's a good one. Hang on, Curiouser.
Yeah. Wow. No
But
water, huh?
but doctors should have been telling us to never go near any water at all while wearing contacts. I mean swimming, hot tubs, the ocean, lakes, even a bath or shower. Have you ever been told not to shower with your contacts in? Because I've never been told never to shower. I mean, I close my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking everything's fine and dandy, but it's not. It's not. Even with your eyes closed, it's not good. Swimming in contact lenses can cause vision loss. Here's how. Because we should have been told this, there are articles everywhere talking about the danger of being in water of all kinds while wearing contact lenses, Yet I've never seen these articles before and never heard of this.
Wow.
No, not steam noise, Guru. It's bad. If it was just steam or shampoo, we wouldn't be talking about this. All right, this is your final warning. The next image I think is bad after this one. Meet acanthamoeba. This parasite is found everywhere in earth, water, and the air. They enjoy eating the corneal tissue of human eyes, and the space between the eye and a contact lens is the perfect breeding ground. They are also very resistant to treatment. These suckers can literally transform into a cyst to protect themselves from antibiotic, disinfectant, and steroid treatment. In most cases, the infected eye patients lose their eyesight. And the article above says, I've worn contacts for 30 years, just like me. Decades of showering and swimming while wearing my contacts. Decades of rinsing them with tap water. I never did that. Or using tap water if I ran out of solution. Decades of never being warned against the dangers of water and contacts ever. So that's all I need to read with the article. All right, here's the bad pictures, guys. This infection is called acanthamoeba keratitis, or AK for short, and the symptoms include watering eyes, redness, pain, sensitivity to light, and clouding of the cornea, caused by the cornea literally being eaten away by the amoeba. It's green because of the dye they put in the person's eye, so it doesn't turn green. Just want to state that. Treatment includes weeks to months of multiple eye drops to attempt to kill the amoebas, which again ball up into a cyst to protect themselves from the treatment. Corneal transplant, and some not only lose their vision, but their entire eye. This condition is considered rare, but anyone who sleeps in their contacts, goes in any water wearing contacts, or cleans their lenses or lens case. The case as well, guys. I know I've cleaned my case with water before and thought that was okay and then put the solution in. Is at risk of infection. But, very big but, while it is usually contact lens wearers that get this infection, there have been cases of people getting the same infection without contacts. Just people going into water while having eyes. So everyone is affected by this.
What?
And that's why I'm wondering why we've never been warned. I've never heard of this, and I'm calling Mandela on this. Everyone is at risk of this parasite, this amoeba, getting into your eye. If you open your eyes underwater at all, get water near your eyes, washing your face. Just water
I
in general.
I rinse my eyes out every day with water.
And that's
when I wash
terrifying
my
to
face.
me now. I know. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh my
They're
God.
saying it's rare. It is rare, but it's happened. Even with people who don't wear contact lenses.
I mean, you're supposed to rinse your eyes with water, right? I mean, it just makes sense.
Apparently not. Apparently we're supposed to be using saline even if we don't use contact lenses.
Oh my God.
And that's why I think it's so important that everybody sees this. I didn't make it short. If it is caught early and an emergency corneal transplant is performed, patients have kept their eyesight and made a full recovery. But patients are frequently misdiagnosed and treatment is delayed. And like I said, treatment doesn't always work. So like I said, if it's caught early and they go right to corneal transplant, this is extremely serious. So here are the facts. Number one, flesh-eating parasites that eat corneas. 2, they live all around us, even in the air. 3, are most likely to infect contact lens wearers, but can infect anyone. Oh, and they can transform into cysts to protect themselves from treatment. This sounds like a Mandela to me, a parasite from another reality, one we now have to watch out for to protect our eyesight. This is insane to me.
Wow. Oh my God. No, that's so
I
crazy.
agree. That's crazy.
That is just nightmare. Yeah.
Noise Guru says, I can see clearly now the cyst is gone.
Yeah.
Hi, Dean. Dean says, grace be to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. To you as well, Dean. Thank you.
Excuse me. Interesting that we should be blessed, and now we're going to Satan's storm. Sorry, go ahead. You can read, Jeff. Hello? No.
All right. I have another weather condition to ask you about that I've never heard of. Have you ever heard of a heat burst or Satan's storm?
So, those of you that haven't seen this, have you ever heard of Satan's storm or a heat burst?
No.
Get Jeff.
They are very dry microbursts that plummet the dew point, but at the same time dramatically increase the temperature at night.
So, that's the key. At night, everyone, the temperature goes up at night.
Oh my God.
Jeff's delay is longer than ours.
The downburst can knock out power lines, down trees, and destroy buildings if powerful enough, and temperatures can rise significantly, even over 100 degrees Fahrenheit in minutes, but the effect from the heat burst can last up to several hours.
No freaking way.
So, imagine it going up to over 100 degrees at night, but the electricity is down, so there's no air conditioning. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. It sounds horrible.
What?
It's copperal, Jeff. Just copperal.
But the mother of all heat bursts happened on June 15th, 1960, in Coppery, Texas. That night, a heat burst rose the temperature to 140 degrees Fahrenheit in the middle of the night, knocking out power to the town.
What?
And I looked it up. Someone said the highest recorded temperature was on Earth was Death Valley. I think it was like 100 and I forget what the temperature was. But the point is, that's a daily temperature. This was a temperature spike, so it wasn't recorded. That's the man's excuse. So go on, Jeff. Sorry. Hi, Michael Fontaine. Nice girl. I'm not saying that.
It was so hot that crops were scorched, corn cooked on the stalk, and car radiators reached the boiling point. The temperature and extremely dry air persisted for 4 hours. It was So horrible that residents believed it to be the end of the world and named it Satan's storm.
Well, yeah, I mean that kind of that kind of heat in for 4 hours, no air conditioning.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is the worst recorded heat burst to this day.
They literally
No
had to
way.
wrap their children in wet towels to keep them cool.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my God.
horrible.
What about your car? Could your car actually work? And
I mean, I don't know.
I would just
Would tires melt?
evacuate. You know, it's just,
They didn't know. They didn't know that it was just their town. It was 1960.
no. I'm just saying, if it ever happens, you'd probably evacuate.
Oh yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. If they are predicting one, I would hightail it out of your area.
right.
Heat bursts still happen today, usually in the Midwest on the tail end of a dissipating storm. I have never heard of storms causing the temperature to rise and make the air extra dry. Have you?
No,
Now,
no.
I have experienced storms that go like right above us or right below us because they raise the humidity, making it more humid. You know what I'm saying? It has raised the temperature because of the humidity. Never extra dry air though. That's
Why aren't there cold bursts then? You know.
there probably are. I just didn't see them at
Oh,
the
yeah,
time.
look up cold bursts
I'll
later.
do it while Jeff is reading.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff. Did you read that? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. We're off to the next. Oh my God, we hit. Oh, oh. We haven't. And places that I've lived. Oh my God. See, I have never heard of this. It's just. So, do they warn you ahead of time? They know what's going on, and oh, let's hope. I mean, look at the damage it can do. Excuse me. These
We
actually can literally do damage. Huh?
there isn't a cold burst that it says. They're just talking about the polar vortexes that pull the cold
Right,
air
cool
down.
air plunges. Because the cool air is on top, and it plunges, heats up from compression and reaches the surface as hot, dry wind.
Yeah, literally blows all the humidity away, making the air extra dry.
Oh
And it can
no,
cause
God,
damage.
crazy God. What the heck's going on?
It might be Mandanimal. Mandanimal says a heat weapon. Noise Guru says cars in Arizona melted at 122 degrees 2 years ago. And that's what I'm saying, 140. Well, let's be real. 2 years ago, cars were made of plastic. In 1960, they were all metal, so, but I could see the tires melting. My turn or your turn?
I can read. Okay, the Batgirl costume worn by the late Yvonne Craig in the 1960 TV series Batman has changed from what I remember. Which costume colors are closest to your memory? A, B, or C?
So I'm going to say that A is like a darker, just a darker blue, black, whatever you want. B is like a purple, purple. It could even be a dark purple for A. But B is like purple, purple. And C is gray, like the typical gray and blue Batman from the 1960s and 70s comic books.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we get any answers?
Yeah, we did. Eddie is now Strawberry von Streusel, and he says A. Are you kidding me? Noise Guru says last month Al Gore said his climate change movie was a joke.
Yeah, I believe it.
Wow.
It
Mandela
Like
Effect
I
was,
says
said,
but
A.
it
he
was, but
found
maybe
a
not in the
lot of
way that
problems with that movie.
meant it. But yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching that a long time ago in a theater. It made me cry, honestly.
Yeah, I believed it too back then.
Yeah, yeah.
Jency, hi Jency. Michael Fontaine, you're the one buffering because I'm watching it on YouTube on the iPad. No buffering on this end.
All right. I'll just keep going. All
Artsy,
right.
this is. It's okay. Michael Fontaine says B.
Mhm. Okay.
So go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
remember a dark blue or black. I don't remember it being glittery either. I also remember C in the comic books, but just A for the show.
So does anyone remember her costume in the TV series being glittery? Because I do not remember the glitter.
But it's always been purple. C in some lighting, very purple. Do you remember this sparkly purple costume?
I would have
No.
liked it better.
Hmm.
Purple and green are my favorite colors, and sparkly, I would have loved it.
Oh, look at
And
all
I
this
also would have
blue though.
remembered it.
But okay, I'm sorry. There is very little residue, but I did find a couple that are close to my memory. There are closer in my memory, but I can't explain these pictures other than color manipulation, so I cannot count these as residue. They just exist for some reason, despite the official color being purple.
Guys, in the chat, while we're finishing up this one, does anyone remember Martha Stewart dying last year?
Nope.
It's okay, sweet. Okay. Oh. Oh, my cats are scared because there's fireworks going off for Memorial Day. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, they get so upset with those big fireworks. And thunder, yeah. It's just
Is there a
constantly.
dog barking too?
Yeah,
Yep.
doggy doesn't like it either. Oh, this is gonna be some fireworks for.
Welcome, Boston Ray Mud Flood Adventures, who also remembers Martha Stewart dying.
Alright, so let's see. I like the blue one myself better personally, but that's just me.
I never paid attention to this enough to really know one way or the other.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, good find though.
I put the gray and blue in case anyone remembered it. It's her in gray and blue and yellow for some reason.
Oh, it's okay. Oh man.
Yep, you can't stop fireworks. That's what stinks.
Yeah, I just wish they would have like, you know, silent ones, just lights in the sky or something.
They do have
I
the day
know.
ones that Teresa found
Exactly, the modern stuff. Yeah. Okay, what do we got? Okay, is Teresa here?
I don't think so. She didn't send me anything. I think she was gone by the time I got here.
Or maybe we could skip what? Okay, the Van Gogh. Skip that. It says.
Oh, preliminary. No, they
Uh,
remember Martha Stewart dying. She's still alive. And for some reason, she is on the cover of Sports Illustrated, like Eddie says.
Oh, yes, we can. Hold on. Oh my god, if you hear banging, it's fireworks.
Wait, Mandela saying Google said she died. Let me Google this. There's no way. She was just on the cover of Sports Illustrated. No, Google says she's alive and well, born August 3rd, 1941, 81 years. I'd like to know where you guys are seeing that.
Probably one of those death hoax websites.
Oh. Oh, you have to type in Martha Stewart death, Jency says.
Yeah, if you type that in for anybody, you're going to get results. Because there's that kind of BS all over the internet.
I'm coming. Oh, we're going
Oh,
next.
I'm sorry. Martha Ruth Stewart Shelley. So Martha Shelley. Oh, better known as Martha Stewart. Wait, what? No, they're right. It's linking to Wikipedia. Is there a different Martha Stewart? Because it doesn't look like her. Yeah, it is. That's a different Martha Stewart, everyone. That's an actress, not the one from the movie Dollface, 1945, and the Alfred Hitchcock Hour, the Red Skeleton Show. Different Martha Stewart that died in February of 2021. It's her mother, Mandanimal says. Give me 1 second. It's not loading. Oh, my thing switched internets. I'm sorry. Okay, a popular eye and ear care brand name has changed for Brian. Curiouser?
Uh-huh.
You can go on.
Go on what? I just read, didn't I?
You just put up one for me. I just read it.
Oh! Sorry. I don't know
Okay.
why I didn't hear that. I'm sorry, there's all these fireworks going on. Go ahead.
All right. If you are familiar with the brand, logo is above without the brand name. Please spell the brand name you remember. I can't say it because the way Brian remembers it would sound different. It's basically the spelling. I need to know how you spell it if you know it. It's like, it starts with Sim. I will say that if that helps anyone. I don't think anyone knows this though. They might know it when they see it, so I would just go on Curiouser. Brian remembers the brand as Similfan, but I have the current memory, Similacin. What do you guys remember? Now that you've seen it, does anyone know the brand? And if so, do you remember Similacin like it is, or Similfan? Hey,
I
Pastor
never heard of it.
Muppets. I mean, they have everything for like like you can see allergy eye relief, dry eye relief. They have contact lens solution. They have stuff for pink eye and all sorts of stuff. Similac. No, not Similac. But even though I have the current memory, I still look stuff up. I'm gonna be covering something on Brian's show that I have I have the current memory 100%, but I kept seeing online when I was looking for a recipe. I kept seeing online people spelling it differently, so I'm gonna cover it anyway to see if any of you remember it that way. But it's just, I don't know. I don't just cover stuff that I remember. You can go on, Curiouser. Yeah, there you go. See, I'm waiting for it to load now. So a health professional wrote a comment and calls it Similson. And then below, Debray also says, I use Similson. Or is that Similicin? I can't see it. Could be an extra I in there. Oh, these are in orange because they're slightly off from what Brian remembers. So Similsun with an S-O-N at the top. And Similicin with an I instead of an A on the bottom. So these could just be typos. I have them as orange. Also orange. More typos. Possible typos. We have Similsun again with an O-N 3 times. Is it a typo or is it another reality? Because people are repeatedly spelling it this way with the S-O-N. So here is residue of Brian's reality. Similsan. There was a bit of residue for Similsan, but it's always been Similacin for me. There's a pharmacy selling it as Similsan. And a price list. The actual word is Similacin. And Brian's memory is Similsan. He doesn't remember the A between the L and the S. Hey, John Nada. Thank you. Have a great night. Thanks for popping in. Jeff, you're up.
All right, what do we got?
Not sure yet. Just randomly picking from the 20 odd folders. Curiouser? Oh, okay.
Yep.
The original version of Daphne Blake, one of the characters in Scooby Doo, has changed for me in a couple of ways. Question number 1. Were Daphne's eyes white or flesh in your past?
And everyone was split on this, but I have a clear memory. Yes, Daphne has a last name.
Yeah, I never knew that either.
Neither did I until I Googled it.
I do remember the men not having their eye color filled in, but Daphne's were. Now just Scooby has white eyes. Is this what you remember?
See, she looks so weird to me like that.
Yeah, I remember like you, Sandy. Same thing. She does look weird. But in every episode I see, Daphne's eyes look like they forgot to color them in. They're just flesh color with black pupils, which sometimes makes her eyes appear all black.
Ryu Gaming says it was flesh for me. Artsy's having a dual memory. Mandanimal doesn't know. But Ryu Gaming is not sure now. Oh, shoot. Be right back, guys.
All right. Question 2. Which color dress and headband do you remember her wearing? Blue or purple?
Mandanimal says it looks wrong. Ryu Gaming says, but I recognize the flesh one. And it was so quiet. I know. I just ran back. We have a delay on our end, guys. We can't see it as fast as Curiouser can. So Artsy says purple. Purple for Ryu Gaming. Curiouser, Jeff, what do you guys remember?
Purple.
Purple for me too. I agree. Blue looks wrong. Hi, Burgos. Interesting. I have to look that up, Michael Fontaine. What do you remember Shaggy saying, Jeff? Do you remember like Zoinks or Zoinks? I think I
Just
remember
Zoinks.
both. No, I think I remember both.
Really? I don't.
Yeah. Just a few days ago for me, Burgos. Does anyone remember Tina Turner dying a month and a half ago?
No.
John Nada says purple. Mandanimal says purple. Michael Fontaine is purple. Noise Guru says they look the same. On my screen, they look definitely different, but I believe you. Purple is on the right, blue is on the left. So if you want to go by your memory, right is you could just say purple or blue. Let's see. I remember her being called the Queen of Rock, John Nada. Tina Turner's not the Queen of Rock now? Burgos remembers blue. Noise Guru says she wears purple. Curious, are you there?
Yeah, I'm voting on a purple.
Okay. We can go on now. We got enough answers. Oh, she is, but you've never heard it. I gotcha. I only heard it once, like one magazine article. Rolling Stone, I believe. Before I ask the last question, I'm going to say that her eyes were white and she always wore a purple dress in my past. So this is my Daphne. You're looking at my Daphne right now. I photoshopped this. I gave her the white eyes, I remember. I don't know if it helps you to see it or not, but this is my Daphne. No, you're probably not. I just remember it in one article. Go ahead, Kara.
Sorry.
Sorry. Okay. The last question is presented. I'm trying to read on the small screen. There we go. Showing the colors I remember for her dress and eyes. Which color legs do you remember? Were her tights A, nude, or like a light color, like white or nude? B, lavender, C, light pink, or D, hot pink in your past? Which one looks like your Daphne? A, B, C, or D? Artsy is an A. There you go, Burgos. Mandanimal remembers Tina dying a month and a half ago. Right, Gamine's an A. John Nada's a D. Noise Guru is a D. I Curious or I can't get that
Yeah.
or I'll get kicked. I'll get kicked.
What?
I'm just
I
gonna
remember her with solid colored tights. I don't remember what color, but yeah. I think more like D for me. I know it's kind of strange, but
B for you?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, no, you'll see. Ryu Gamine's an A. Hold on, wait, where am I? John Nada's D. Noise. Okay. And Eddie is a B. I can't call you Strawberry. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. And Michael Fontaine is a D. Wow. Jeff, did you answer?
No, but it's B for me.
Okay. All right, we can go on,
All
Carrie.
right.
You just skipped over the answer. It's not a duplicate.
Oh,
There you go. I'm honestly having a multi-memory between A, B, and C. They all look right with the exception of D, hot pink, which looks completely wrong to me. So those of you that remember D, you're from a different reality than me. On this one at least. Because she never had hot pink tights in my past. Oh, you can go on, Curiouser. And her tights have been light pink at times. But for the most part, her tights are bright pink, which I have no memory of. Doesn't match anything. And it stands out like a sore thumb to me. It's just, it's too dark, too pink. I have to agree with you, John Nada. I wouldn't call her music. It's like rock pop. I wouldn't call it rock. When I think rock, I think like straight rock.
She did do one rock song, but most of them, no. The one rock song she did was with Bryan Adams called It's Only Love.
Yeah.
But everything else is more like pop.
Mm-hmm. You can go on. Curious, so you can go on.
Oh,
All right, so this is like the original sketches. Interestingly, the original sketches of these characters makes her pink tights make more sense. Her dress was dark and the stripes were pink, so the pink tights matched. But Velma looks so weird and brown hair on Fred. This is just bizarre. If you, I don't think you can zoom in on Velma, but if you could, I'm glad they put glasses on her because she looks horrible without them. Like one eye is lower than the other, one eye is bigger than the other. It literally makes me think of Sloth from Goonies. Sad.
mm. So,
So here's the blue dress that I don't remember. It's still on my screen.
yeah.
As you probably saw from the previous images, Daphne's dress is purple, and that is what I remember. But we have all seen this intro more than any single episode, and her dress is blue in the intro. Do you guys remember this?
Mm.
I don't remember her dress being blue in the intro, but it is every time.
And that's weird that it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually cartoons wear the same outfit all the time.
And I've already covered Fred. His necktie was red for me, and it was tucked in. It wasn't out like Donald Duck. That's how Donald Duck's tie used to be. Not in that color, but it was tucked in like a rich kid's tie. It was red in my past, but now it's orange and hanging out. An ascot. Thank you, Noise Guru. I could not think of the name.
Yeah.
It's like a rich kid's tie.
That does look weird.
You can go on, Curiouser. Oh, I hate this delay so much. So this light pink I can go with. I guess it's still too bright. It's still too bright. That's why I have the red box around it. Here are the original official sketches showing the characters, including Daphne's pink legs and purple dress. So why blue in the intro? One more quick question. Do you guys remember the color of the words, the mystery machine, being outside the lines like this Like they literally wrote the words "the mystery machine" and then colored orange across it. I don't remember it like this. I have residue how I remember it. I remember the green, like you could see green in between the letters. It wasn't just an orange swatch with the mystery machine written on top of it. Oh, Eddie. I'm gonna have to look that up. It's probably one of the Saturday morning cartoon ones where they did like the space race or something. Give me a minute.
I don't know that one. Unless
Oh,
they
they
were
did
in
these.
wacky races or something.
Yeah, wacky. That's what I'm saying. Like they like it's something like that. But I think I know what he's talking about. I swear, if that I have a memory of what I can see it in my head. If that cartoon has been zapped from reality, I'm gonna freak. I got the weird Partridge Family, 2200 AD that we talked about, where it's like the Jetsons meet the Partridge Family. I don't know. I keep seeing a Shaggy character, but it's not Shaggy with glasses on his head. Like that's what my mind keeps picturing.
Oh, that's the one with the buggy, with the talking buggy.
All right, then maybe I'm not thinking of the same thing. Maybe that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of what you're remembering and not what Eddie's remembering. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there was a buggy. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that later. So there's a in the movie and a Hanna Barbera sketch of how I remember the Mystery Machine with the green in between, not just swatches of orange. Like the artist got lazy and just wrote the word on top of color blocks. Jency's right, speed buggy.
I was
And
just gonna
yes, the
say
Laugh
that's what it is.
Olympics.
Speed buggy. Yep. And Laugh Olympics. Yeah, I've seen that too.
They're in a space station, no Scooby or Shaggy. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm taking a screenshot so I remember. It does sound familiar. You can go on, Curiouser. Yes, Teresa covered the cross with the two F's a while ago. We agree with you 100%, John. Finally, I had to share this amazing clock face residue from one of the episodes. The numbers are even right side up. So we've got the IV for the 4, and they're not upside down, which is nice. That's exactly how I remember clocks.
Yes.
A lot of them don't have the lines anymore either. Can you go back a second? Do you guys remember the lines at the top of the Roman numerals? Because a lot of them don't have it. It's actually really hard to find watches and clocks with the lines. I think the only clock I really see the lines on now is the cuckoo clocks. So I think those lines are disappearing as well on the top and the bottom. Thank you, Curiouser. Go on. Yeah, John, we covered that before graphics all the way back in 2019. Unless you found it before that. Again, here's screenshots of the clip I had showing you the blue, and then someone actually drew this remembering blue, which I thought was odd. Oh, noise guru, the lines that are above and below Roman numerals. So like you'd have I, and then a line connecting them on the top and the bottom. Yes, the horizontal lines on the top and the bottom of the Roman numerals. The way I was taught to write them. So here is the eyes that a lot of you remember, but I don't. The pink legs. It was never pink for me. So here's residue of what I remember. And this is residue of A, B, and C. Because, like I said, I have a multi-memory. I've seen her 3 ways. But it was mainly A for me. If it was pink, it was light and muted. It wasn't bright and hot pink. And Curiouser and Jeff, the bottom right shows lavender tights. So you both remember B.
Yep. That's what I remember.
Again, the top right is by Hanna-Barbera, and they drew her with nude stockings. It was like a collector's card.
All right, that's a big long one, huh?
Yep, there's a couple long ones in here.
Oh,
So,
wow. But, Now,
I'm gonna because you're reading the next one, right, Curiouser?
next one's Jeff's.
You just read.
Huh?
Oh, I want to correct myself, John. It was May 7th, 2020. And she also covered Puffin Stuff, the spelling of Puffin Stuff. That was the old one in 2019. Because she remembers it spelled Puff, Puff, and Stuff, Stuff. And it's just one F now. HR Puffin stuff. And when she covered that, it was still Croft with one F, and now it's two. I knew she covered two things. I just couldn't remember what it was. Thank you.
Okay. I guess I'll read one then. It was just after. Okay, it looks like this is from credit to Esther Anderson. Paula, help me out with the last name.
Paula
Peliera.
There you go.
Peliera. Oh, Peliera.
Peliera. Yeah.
Okay, on February 20th, 2023, Esther shared a video with our group about a type of water chestnut that made me decide to save it for our Mandela show this year. But as things happen on the internet, the same video was shared in Teresa's group, MRRH, this week by Paula Valeria. So I decided to show it early and Mandela because it's perfect for that show.
I'll just show it again.
What did they find that was...
Go ahead.
Huh?
I said, go ahead. It's okay.
What did they find? Okay. What did they find that was so good? I was holding onto it for a show nearly 9 months away. A water chestnut, more specifically Indian water caltrops, that are nicknamed the bat water chestnut because they look a lot like that.
Has anyone ever seen these before?
What? Oh. Both shared the same video, which showed them as being black in color and explained that they grow in water, no soil needed. But while researching this, as I tend to do, I discovered that they come in multiple shell colors: black, brown, red, green. They also have white insides, though. Oh.
Some are more the green, that kind isn't as bat shaped as the brown ones. The brown and the black ones have like a design on the front that make it really look like a bat.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It can grow plants.
Alright. Another neat thing about these water caltrops are the way they look growing. Due to their diamond-shaped leaves, they form russet patterns in the water, making easier to find for growers.
I love the leaf pattern of these.
Mm-hmm.
Is it classified as a nut? I just thought they called them water chestnuts. Let's see. They are not a nut. They're the edible portion of a plant root.
Have you ever seen water chestnuts or caltrops shaped like a bat before? They also are known as a bull caltrop because some see a bullhead and horns in the devil caltrop. You see why this was perfect for Mandela.
So the top image is the actual image. The bottom three are, they're not even Photoshop. That's AI art.
Yeah.
I love the bat. It's cute.
Yeah. Well, just show it anyway for Mandela. You know, just
I
add
totally
it to the
see a
stuff.
bull though. I don't see a bat. I see a Well, I guess if you far away, it looks like a bat. Closer up, looks like a bull to me.
Yeah, it's a bull, huh? Yeah. I think there, yeah, okay. Hmm.
Noise Guru says it's a mustache. I could totally see that too.
All right, who's up to read?
Oh, it's my turn, I think. Yeah, it's mine. Oh, we have a new one, guys. So this one's actually new. This is one of those Mandela effects that have you scratching your head saying why. But it's a change from my reality, so here we go. I know, I'm like, why did this change? This is so weird. The Chosen. Screenshotting. I will check it out. Next slide. There we go. So left or right, everyone. Looking at his cheeks here, which Ernie the Keebler elf matches your memory? Left or right? Can you zoom in on the face just so they could see, like, the two faces next to each other?
Yeah.
That's good. Just so they could see the two faces up close. So basically, no lines or lines. What do you remember? Yeah, that's why I zoomed in, Jency, because from far away or on a small screen, it probably is hard to see. John Nada is right. Jency, this might be a U.S. only brand. Jeff, Curiouser, what do you guys remember?
No
Definitely
lines.
not the lines, yeah. Yeah.
I have no answers except from John.
Oh.
All right, we can go on.
Oh, God, he looks wicked.
Michael
He has
Fontaine
whiskers.
is. We have some answers coming in. Michael Fontaine is an A. Carrie B. Welcome remembers the lines. Noise Guru never looked. Those lines were never there for me. Well, I do recall the rosiness of his cheeks changing over the years. I have zero memory of the lines that sometimes look like cat whiskers on his cheeks. Honestly, there's some things where it looks like cat whiskers. I'm like, they were not there for me.
Oh.
Jency, I did watch Crazy Lab's video, and I'm not affected by that one, but I am affected by something that apparently is an old change, but I'm covering it anyway. Next week. I remember the lines on the cookies, but not on his face. I will say, well, I'll say when we get there. Ernie isn't the only elf with the whiskers. They all had them until the 1990s. In that decade, they removed the lines from all of their faces except Ernie's. Yes, I am, Jency. Yes, I am. In 2020, Ferrero bought out. Now, I just covered Ferrero Rocher changing for me. Ferrero bought Keebler. They subtly changed the logo and made Ernie the Elf 3D, which looks creepy to me. I don't know why it looks creepy, but I don't like it at all. And of course, they removed the lines. There's no lines. There's no nothing. He's like 20 years old with white hair. I don't like it. It reminds me of like the Facebook 3D avatars. They just look awkward and weird. And the subtle change to the Keebler logo, they added like a red line inside the letters, which is probably really hard to see on small screens. It's basically the same logo though. He got a facelift. While most Keebler branded products include the lines on his face, like these, and here you can see it goes from no rosy cheeks to super rosy cheeks. I do remember that changing. Yep, Kellogg's again. Yeah, Curious. Now everything on this screen is Keebler branded stuff. They could have easily stitched or printed those lines on, but they did not. This is how I remember his face. There's even a Keebler elf phone, which is just weird. Okay, Michael. So here's the current reality that John remembers. I think John and Carrie. John and Carrie remember. With the lines. Even that. Here's why I said whiskers. Can you zoom in on the bottom right? There's a doll with literally the lines scratched in. Now, it may have had black at one time, but it wore off. It looks like whiskers on his face. It just looks like whiskers to me.
Yeah, it does. Ridiculous.
And here is Keebler branded stuff, a tattoo, a lot of cookie jars without the whiskers. And there's the old logo, the uncommonly good crackers, with him without the whisker things or the lines as they are. And the EL Fudge t-shirt with the old logo. That's an old shirt, and they did not draw lines on his face. That's exactly how I remember him. And can I ask you guys a question? I don't know how I missed this. Maybe because they called it EL Fudge in the commercials. It's ELF, ELF. I never noticed that. Did anyone else miss that? I feel it's like one of those things like how old, like I was 40, how am I? I was 46 years old before I realized EL Fudge was ELF cookies.
I never noticed that either.
I never noticed that. And I think it's because the commercial was always EL Fudge. And I focused on that. Or there was a space and now there isn't. In Spanish, El Fudge. Janata, it's okay to have the current memory. It is shading. I'm sure it is shading. It just wasn't there for me. Here's a Keebler cookie jar where they did not paint the lines in. They easily could have. Hey, Wizardry, good to see you. Wizardry is the one we need to thank for getting my email on track.
Right. Way to go.
And he has a forum website you guys can register with to talk about Mandela effects. Think Reddit, but just for Mandela effects. I am getting that. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to
Is it
get an
showing up?
actual link.
Wait.
Huh?
Is it showing up?
Is what's showing up. There's nothing on the screen.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's HTTPS. That's what I'm double checking.
Alright, the audio is never going to work anymore. I don't know what they did to change it, but, so, I might as well not put videos in, or unless to watch, you know. Just saying.
I am putting the link to Wizardry's forum in the chat.
Great.
There it is. It is HTTPS. That's all I wanted to double check. No problem. Jeff, do you want to talk about your friend?
Yeah, so my friend sent me this and said, "Do you remember this?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "I don't either. It's really weird."
So basically, we're asking if you remember this. Plus, we have to talk about something that happened. Go ahead, Curiouser. The video, I left the sound. I think I left the sound out anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Alright.
It's just you need to see what happens. That's all. Now, someone said they did remember this, and I forget what they said it was. Was this a commercial? If so, it's a long commercial.
Looks like some kind of weird special to me.
Yeah, it looks like a weird special to me, too.
And he told me that a ton of people posted it that day, which he also thought was weird.
Yeah, like it just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. And it did.
You know, I don't remember his microphone being gold when we showed this last time, do you?
No.
Anybody remember a gold microphone that saw this before? Wizardry said Mr. T did have a single. I don't remember that.
No, me either.
So when I saw this, I asked Jeff, "Do you remember these big chunky things in the front?" Like I remember the chains. I don't remember this like teardrop. It looks like Mr. T is on the teardrop thing in the middle, and then it like an iPod or a hard drive hanging. Do you guys remember those big chunky gold pieces?
No.
And someone said it was a Star of David behind the last thing. He had gold chains. I'm not saying he didn't have gold chains. He had a lot of gold chains. And he did have things hanging from them, but I don't remember big things like this. I remember a cross. I don't remember those big things. Yes, he did have a cartoon. Curiouser? There you go. So while I was watching this, I asked Jeff because this changed right in front of me. I watched it like twice. It played through twice. The first time, the top of the socks were both the dark color, and then the second time, one changed to like a light gray or blue, and we both remember black shoes, and it's white sandals with the darker sock, and I have no idea what is happening with his ankles. No idea at all. Because it looks like his sock is torn off and you can see his skin through it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at. Because the quality's low. But that was just weird because that changed right in front of my eyes. No, guys, I remember gold chains. He did wear gold chains in the cartoon. He did wear gold chains all the time. It was just those big chunky things right in the front that I don't remember.
Sandy, I think you're going to have to explain the logos and residue.
Okay, well, some of them are Jeff's. I think we're starting with Jeff's. Go ahead, Jeff.
All right, so I found this on Dave's Archives channel, where he shows the old commercials from like the 80s and some 70s and 90s and stuff. Residue for the $, the way we remember it.
And the next one I think is also the same.
Same commercial. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it's not in order. It'll come up next. But you can
Okay.
explain this one.
So this next one is from The Weakest Link. And one of the questions was about Procter and Gamble, and look how they spelled it, the way we remember it, with the OR, not that ridiculous ER that it is now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
That was a big one.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then in that same commercial from before, we have old Earth residue of South America being directly below North America. Panama Canal running east to west instead of north and south.
Yeah.
Just the way we remember it right here.
Yeah.
And the opening to the Strait of Gibraltar is open instead of almost closed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the like a film festival that happens in Dallas every year, and all the way back in 2007, we've got the lambdas, the upside down A's, the V's, and the LAS is merged. 2007. The Met has been like this since 2016. I have been on the Met's website several times researching art. I don't remember it looking like this. I don't know these cookies. I'm just pointing out that the C is the pattern we see where it's like eating the next letter, and the O is tilted like the doors. So I'm calling Mandela on those.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Wars not merged, the ST and the AR merged here on these very old cookies that no longer exist. Now the next image, these are probably out of order. The next image of Star Wars, Jeff, I want to ask if it's what you remember. Okay? When it comes up.
All right.
So here it is again in 2008, the Dallas Film Festival thing. Okay, so what Curiouser showed you the upside down rainbow that she remembers in Oh God, You Devil. This was in Oh God, the original. The W's did not look like this for me, and I've never seen W's look like um, infinity symbols. Have you guys?
No.
No.
Everything else looks right to me. It was that even the weird P's look right. I remember them looking like that, thinking they looked weird, but the W's didn't look like that. This is a 1960s magazine, and I don't know if you can zoom in on Seattle so they can
No.
see the merging. It's EATT, and then LE is all merged.
Yeah.
You can. Oh, this is the newer logo. They fixed it. They added the bar in the newer logo, but LA is still merged. All right, Jeff. This is what I want to ask you. Is that the face you remember? It's just like a triangle next to from the nose.
Yeah,
Okay, because that's on the cookies. Well,
that
was on the
that's
cookies
yeah, that looks like it's a lot closer to what I remember from
instead
what
of
I
the
could tell.
round thing on top.
Yeah.
But it does have the vent underneath, which I don't remember. So it's got the triangle vent under the triangle of the mouth.
Hmm.
And this is yours too, Jeff, right? Or is this Teresa's?
Oh, that's mine. Yeah, that's from Family Ties. He's wearing the dollar sign on the hat there, the way we remember it.
And here's the actual website. This is where I saw that the logo had changed for me. I mean, the M and the E are the same letter, so is the H and the E. That point between the E and the T, it wasn't like that.
It's crazy.
That looks so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there anything else, or
There is one you should cover, because there are a couple people in the chat who haven't seen it. The Dolly Madison one. That's a good one. I think you should cover it. Anita.
okay?
And for those of you that saw Dolly Madison already, when we ask, just answer what you originally answered. Please. So you don't spoil it for those that are in the chat that have not seen it. All right, whose turn to read?
I'll read. Okay. The name of the fourth First Lady, wife of President James Madison, has been Mandela.
And this is credit to Anita McFarland.
Yes, credit to me, Manita.
Oh, and also in the background we have a red bar flag. I forgot to mention that last time.
Yeah. Those are getting less common for me to find. I don't know. How do you remember her first name being spelled? D blank Madison.
So you're spelling Dolly in the chat. How do you remember it's spelled? And Jency says red under blue residue. Red under blue.
I see. I think the only way I ever remember Dolly being spelled is Dolly. So
Jency says Dolly. So does John Nada. Jeff, how do you remember it?
Dolly.
Same. So does Carrie. Wizardry says DHLI. ALI.
oh.
Guys, it's the last question of the night. Last chance to chime in, and this is an easy one, I think. Carrie says
Oh, wow.
doll E. That's
Uh-huh.
actually the closest, Carrie.
Oh, wow. All right. We remember her name as Dolly Madison, but her name has always been Dolly. But do you remember EY? No.
And as people pointed out, it's just like J.C. Penney, which is now Penne. Penney.
Wouldn't that be Dooley?
No, it'd be Dale.
Dooley? Dolly?
Dale.
Dolly? Dolly, yeah.
Hey, Jade Strawberry, good to see you. She also says Dolly with a Y.
Dooley?
Dale.
Dolly.
So here it is on a lot of plaques. Google, of course. I have never, ever seen Dolly
Dolly!
spelled.
Yeah.
Actually, isn't a dolly like something you push and it's spelled like this? Like something you push?
Yes, I've seen that spelled that way.
Yeah. So, man, excuse. Go ahead, Curiouser.
Many will claim that we remember Dolly because of Dolly Madison Bakery, Dolly Madison Ice Cream, and Dolly Madison Dairy, but all were named after the First Lady. Why would they all spell her name wrong? Yeah, really.
Yeah, you don't name something after somebody and then
Mm,
spell it wrong.
right.
That's stupid,
Right.
I know.
Exactly.
How would you like that to happen to you?
right?
Like, that's not
Like
my name.
in Philly, we have Wash. That's my example was we have
Insulting.
Washington Avenue. That'd be like spelling Washington wrong. It makes no sense. And these are the reasons why. Like, so she popularized ice cream in the White House. She was known for her parties. That's why they named the cake company after her. These are the reasons why they named the companies after her. And yet, they all spell her name wrong. Sendai Diva, says Janata.
There weren't just ice cream and cake brands either. Reversal products, or several products, including jewelry, watches, even cigars, were all named after the First Lady. All spelled Dolly. Dolly.
She was arguably the most popular first lady in history.
Right. So why would they disrespect her by spelling her name wrong?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why would so many books, both fiction and nonfiction, spell the Fourth Lady's name wrong too? Oh my god. See? No.
Look at the font of Life and Letters. Look at that. The D is like falling over.
Mm-hmm.
The S, the T's are merged. These are all books of Dolly Madison, all spelled wrong. So you go to do a book report back in the day. You grab all the books about Dolly Madison, and they're all spelling wrong. And books have
Yeah.
editors. No one said, "Hey, you're spelling Dolly's name wrong on the cover." You
Yeah,
know?
really. I know. They check the spelling. But it's not just books. This Bulova special edition. What is it?
Bulova. Yeah.
Bulova special edition watch spells Dolly's name wrong as well.
Someone told me that Dan remembers Bulova spelled differently. I don't. That's not a change for me. I think he. I don't. If any of you saw the show, how does he remember it spelled? And do you remember it spelled like he does? Because for me, Bulova was always Lova, Lova. I think it was you, maybe. I don't know. Always Bulova for me. Yeah, they're not spelling it wrong. In this reality, it was definitely Well, in my reality, it was always Dolly, but apparently in this reality, it's always been EY. And
In
for
this
some
reality,
reason,
nobody proofreads anything.
yeah, that's probably what it is. No one.
All the
Catalogs, books,
newspapers
printers,
and
in
everything's the way we remember it when they get it wrong.
yep, embosser,
Oh
embosser.
God, on the coin they spell it with. Oh my God.
Yeah, I found it
Or
on a
what about
coin.
this .999 silver double eagle? First wife's Dolly Madison coin. Would you think they would spell check her name and write it correctly before minting thousands of coins? Yeah, it's not that hard to put an E in. I mean, why would they do that? You know,
I don't know.
if she wanted it spelled with an E, they would have never done this to
Now I
it.
will
No,
say
no,
this is the
just
only
no.
coin I found that had it spelled Dolly. All the other coins have EY. There's multiple coins
Hmm.
with Dolly Madison on it.
Residue. All right. The amount of residue of people spelling her name wrong is unbelievable. So if you have the current memory, hopefully the residue will convince you that her name was Dolly, Dolly. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It is. It's ridiculous. And I'm sorry. This is perfect evidence for people who say no residue is left behind with the Mandela Effect. That's not true. Residue is left behind by people who remember it spelled that way. If they remember it spelled that way and they make this bracelet, they're going to write it the way they remember it. So their memories create the residue. At least that's how I feel.
I also want to talk about a few related things, starting with the logos associated with Dolly Madison products. Do you remember this type of merging?
I don't remember them doing this back then with the coconut cream, the seeds.
No,
No way.
no, no. Apparently, this is a daguerreotype photo,
Daguerreotype. Yeah.
daguerreotype photograph made from life masks of James and Dolly Madison when they were in their 70s. So this is how they really looked. Do you remember real photos or presidents back then? Of presidents
So
back then.
so the photos are on the next
Oh,
slide. I'm just
actual
showing
photos
you.
of presidents. Yeah.
But they were made from life masks. So what you're going to see is what they suppose, like they made a mask of their faces in their 70s when they were still alive. It's on the next slide.
Never heard of this. Oh my God.
So it's like a cross between, and then they take their image and Photoshop it into a background. The top image is the original photo. The masks are on the left, bottom left, and the right is them photoshopping a background to his actual image.
Uh-huh. Huh.
It's okay,
No, I've
John.
never
This is the
heard
last
of that.
one. You have a great night.
I've
Thanks for
never heard
being
of
here and
that.
staying as long as you did.
And this is a photoshopped enhanced version, sharpened color as background in their White House, added of them as they would have looked at the time the photo was taken. There were just paintings in my past. Yeah, paintings. Yeah, I never heard of this. No.
Yeah. For them, Lincoln, for all the older presidents, there were just paintings and drawings,
Or
never
statues,
photographs.
maybe statues, but
Yeah, statues. Yeah, but never
not
photographs.
realistic. The statues, no. This image was Lucy in the wrong color. Interstate Bakeries Corporation logo from 1930s. Close up on next slide. Dolly Uncle Sam residue and a recount sticker from 1970s. Did people ask for recounts back then?
Do you guys remember people asking for recounts in elections back? Like that's a new thing for me that people actually
Yeah,
ask for presidential recounts.
right.
And yet there's a Snoopy sticker that says recount. And that's just weird to me. I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember recounts back in the day, in the 60s and 70s.
Oh,
Okay, so this might be a little out of order, but I don't know why this is here. Oh, this is the brand that makes
LBC.
Dolly Madison, Interstate Bakeries Corporation. I'm just showing you the logo.
Okay, it's not even that. It's IBC. I'm saying LBC because it doesn't even,
It does look like an L, yes. And I'm going to point out that it looks like Bank of America's old logo, which I don't remember.
Oh my God. This IBC logo is very reminiscent of the 1969 to 1998 Bank of America logo that recently popped up in my timeline. No freaking way. What the heck is that?
Through 1998. So there's no way.
No,
No way.
no, that's unheard of at the time. Anything fancy, weird like that, I think would be close.
Jency says they stole it. It's a cover up.
Yeah. All right, the last one. Okay, well done, everyone. It's a good show, and thanks for everyone for joining. And it was a great show, and we're gonna go ahead and say goodnight then.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Next time
Good
we'll have
night.
more new stuff because now we're finally caught up.
Yeah, we'll get some more stuff. Sure, next show. Hope to see y'all then. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.